Around here looks forward to stone crab season.
And that season is about to begin amid an ongoing battle with red tide. Find out if the bloom could affect stone crab prices.
Plus, why a group of people are protesting against police brutality tonight in Sarasota.
And a look at a new hotel expected to bring big business to IMG Academy. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Topping our news this evening, seafood lovers are counting down to October 15th when restaurants can begin serving stone crabs. Stone
crab season is already unpredictable, but some worry this one will be a tough one. ABC7's Erica Jackson joins us live from Anna Maria Island tonight to share if that red tide could cause a spike in stone crab prices. Erica?
Jacqueline, Scott, good evening. Researchers found stone crabs exposed to high levels of red tide were 4 times more likely to die than if they were in clean salt water. But some believe those sea creatures may be adapting to the toxic algae.
It's stone crab season. Everybody loves stone crabs.
Between the snowbirds making their way to Florida and stone crabs making their way into the kitchen, the Anna Maria Oyster Bar is getting ready for a boom in business.
That's what you're here in Florida for.
A recent Mote Marine Laboratory study found stone crabs can't tolerate high levels of red tide. The tested crabs died or became stressed while in red tide contaminated waters. Some locals are worried the red tide may bring down the number of healthy stone crabs in the water, leading to a major price hike at restaurants.
So I don't think there's any concerns.
Captain Katie Scarlett grew up in a family of stone crabbers, so she knows what to look out for in the water. She says while she's seen a decrease of most marine life, she hasn't noticed an impact on stone crabs this year. She believes the crabs are moving toward clearer water and are learning how to adapt in the deadly red tide bloom.
The babies I've been seeing have been by rocks, or they've been inside shells or buried up.
Which is good news for John Horn at the Oyster Bar. Surprisingly, he noticed every year with bad red tide is a good year for stone crabs, keeping them on the menu near market price.
If there can be any good news coming out of this red tide season, hopefully it'll be that there'll be more and more stone crabs this year.
Now Horn is waiting for charter captains off Cortez to start harvesting stone crabs, hoping the red tide won't impact his customers' favorite time of year.
Everybody around here looks forward to stone crab season.
Now, some of our viewers have been reaching out to us on Facebook asking if it's safe to eat both stone crabs and other seafood because of the red tide in the water. We asked Captain Katie, who tells us as long as you're cooking it properly, then you have nothing to worry about. Reporting live on Anna Maria Island, Erica Jackson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Erica, thank you. Florida gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum visiting Siesta Key to talk about water quality across the state. The Democratic candidate discussed his ideas to combat the ongoing algae crisis, including getting more scientists behind the problem so that decisions from Tallahassee are scientific and not political.
Also got to hold the biggest polluters in this state accountable for their contributions. Right? I've said this before. I'm not trying to put anybody out of business. I just want to make them a better business. I want to make them better contributors to this state's economy. And I believe that we can accomplish that.
Gillum also released a new ad today highlighting how the algae crisis remains a key issue in the race for Florida governor.
Well, speaking of that red tide, the smell wasn't too bad today if you were near the coast. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Good to see them out there doing that interview and not sneezing, coughing, and have their eyes water. And more than likely, that's all due to the east wind flow we've seen over the past several days now, and that's good. It's going to stick around, too, but it also heats things up. Our feels like temperature now at 95 degrees, 87. We're already in the low 90s earlier. I had a few brief showers around. That's cooled the air a little bit. You'll notice the first wave is mainly off into the Gulf of Mexico. Still some showers hanging on near Venice, near Anna Maria Island. There's a possibility of more, though, developing down the road here, so we'll keep a 30% chance for a few brief showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm through the 8 o'clock hour tonight. You see that rain now. It's moved through northwest Bradenton earlier. Now it's over Anna Maria Island near Holmes Beach, pushing to the west. And occasionally some lightning strikes occurring with some of these cells. There's not that convergence with the west coast sea breeze, so the storms aren't getting a lot of vertical height to them, and that's what you need for lightning to develop. You can see near Minnesota Beach, South Venice, also right there near Venice Beach. Some rain falling. Nokomis, you're getting a little bit of light rainfall. We're going to see this pattern continue, not tomorrow, but then again on Thursday. We're going to get some dry air tomorrow, which will kind of calm everything down. We'll still see a few isolated showers around, but not a lot of activity. Well, temperatures are the driving force of these storms right now. The heat in central Florida, as the air moves over it, causes that air to rise, cool, and condense, and bring those showers our way, and it does cool things off. Some rain now in Venice at 77, 87 in Bradenton, and 85 water temperature. And as far as this moisture is concerned, it'll stick around through this evening. We'll dry out tomorrow, then we'll moisten up again on Thursday, and we'll have to keep an eye toward the south of us. There's a chance that something may be popping up there. We're going to talk about that in just a couple of minutes. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Bob. A Bradenton man is convicted of shooting another man in the face during an argument over a drug deal that ended up killing him. The state attorney's office says 20-year-old Jacob Brian Harris shot and killed 20-year-old Corey Awanski in August of 2017. Awanski's body was left in his car behind a plaza on 53rd Avenue East in Bradenton for 3 days before being discovered. Harris was arrested about a week after his body was found. He was convicted following a jury trial of manslaughter with a firearm, and he now faces up to 30 years in prison when he's sentenced in December.
Some Sarasota residents are upset about an arrest earlier this year and are planning to protest at police headquarters tonight. They're calling it a night out against police brutality. Protesters are pushing for justice for Chad Washington and Jeremy Troubles. The group says Washington was wrongfully tased by Sarasota police during an arrest in March, and in April police say they approached Jeremy Troubles in his car. He then went into reverse, and that's when an officer fired shots into the car. The group is calling for a firing of an officer they say was involved with both arrests.
I believe our officers acted appropriately in these cases. Our police agency believes in professionalism and treating people with dignity and respect.
The chief says she believes everyone has the right to protest, though, and she hopes tonight's National Night Out event at police headquarters will give those protesters a chance to engage with the city's police officers and the department. The protest will get underway in about an hour.
A new hotel is opening soon at IMG Academy in Bradenton. Today, workers were putting finishing touches on the 150-room, 5-story Legacy Hotel. Hotel features include King Deluxe standard and double rooms, over 5,100 square feet of meeting space, a 4,800 square foot ballroom, and an American cuisine restaurant. The upscale facility will not only host IMG Academy guests and clients, but anyone who visits the Bradenton community.
We understand that a lot of people don't have the access to IMG Academy. We look at this as an opportunity for those people to kind of get a taste of everything that is IMG Academy. And we're going to do it from a hospitality perspective.
The $13 million hotel is scheduled to open on October 11th, but is already taking reservations.
All right, ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joined us now with kind of a mixed market, but a record close today.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average just keeps going higher and higher, been up 4 days in a row, and indeed, Scott, as you just say, a record close. The beat continues. However, the NASDAQ, which has been leading the market higher all year, moved lower today, while the S&P did, frankly, just about nothing at all. The Dow was up almost 200 points at the high of the day and actually traded briefly in plus territory, but as you're about to see, a pretty darn nice gain. Let's take a look at the record close for the Dow Industrials, up 123 points. That's a record 26,773.94, a gain of almost 0.5% on volume of 808 million shares. The NASDAQ, as I say, the laggard of the day, down by 0.5%. Almost 38 points at 7,999.55. That on volume of 1,901,000,000 shares. And the S&P barely a whimper, up by a whopping 1.41%, closing at 2,923.43. Well, it was an interesting day for Pepsi-Cola. Among other things, Indra Nooyi, the company's 12-year CEO, has retired. She announced that some time ago, so no big surprise. The surprises came in two different words, or two different terms using the word profit. Profits were up, profit margins were down. Wall Street was unimpressed with that, and frankly, shares closed down by 1.8%. The company did say it has been seeing ever-increasing sales of Mountain Dew, Gatorade, and Pepsi-Cola itself. So the company's not going away. Certainly they own Frito-Lay, and while they did not isolate out Tropicana, let us not forget they do own Bradenton-based Tropicana products and have really for quite some time. So interesting day for Pepsi, and that lady has been credited with doing lots of good things over the last 12 years.
All right. Well, you're also holding some important workshops coming up.
2 important workshops, 2 important topics. We're taking a look at things that you really should be looking at. Next week, we're looking at 2018 year-end planning, and that's not only tax planning, but gifting planning. The rules have changed, and you have to be aware of what the rules are for 2018. And for 2019, can the bull run continue? Well, isn't that the question of the day or the year? We'll have a Tuesday morning next week, October 9th at 10 o'clock in the morning, Wednesday afternoon, October 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon, and you can RSVP at 906-2838. Again, 906-2838, and I can't stress enough, the changes for 2018 taxes are very important.
All right, I'm sure you'll have some great information for our viewers.
We
Thank you,
certainly
Richard.
hope so.
Thanks, Richard.
You're welcome.
Coming up, how new street lights could protect wildlife on Anna Maria Island.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, some surprising factors that could increase your risk for heart attack and stroke. Those stories coming up next.
The ABC7 Stock Report is sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
I'll be right back.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hot, hot. It's the Ghetto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Ghetto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Ghetto location near you or visit Ghetto.com.
Ghetto's got it.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The Players Center presents the wild Broadway season opener, Annie, Get Your Gun. There's no business like show business. This slice of magical American musical theater will thrill you with the classic tunes of Irving Berlin. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. Annie, Get Your Gun, September 18th through October 7th. Let's go on with the show.
Dear parents, it's time for a pop quiz. What's the best kind of play for kids? Play that makes us think? Or helps us pretend? Or teaches us rules? Or to be creative? Actually, every kind of play is important because different kinds of play give us different kinds of skills. Help us mix up the ways we play. Okay, class dismissed. Now go play.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
New drone video over Boca Grande shows dark, discolored water lapping against the shoreline, but scientists say it's not caused by red tide. The Naples Daily News, reporting the city's Natural Resources Department, says the discoloration is being caused by a bloom of non-toxic diatom. Scientists say there are many types of algae, and this is one of them, blooming when the conditions are right. Unlike red tide, though, diatom does not produce a toxin that causes respiratory irritation, and it is not considered a human health risk.
Well, wildlife groups are working to find a balance between animals and people on Anna Maria Island. Last week, representatives from Anna Maria Island, Bradenton Beach, Florida Power and Light, and the FWC met with Anna Maria Island Turtle Watch to discuss the possibility of installing turtle-friendly streetlights. After nesting, sea turtles followed the reflection of the moon and stars on the surface of the water into the Gulf of Mexico, but lights that are visible from the beach can disorient those turtles and lead them away from the water where they can get hurt. The groups will now meet with state transportation officials to discuss the installation of amber-colored streetlights. And we see a lot of times neighborhoods or communities who install these lights, but you still have those streetlights that can really reflect it.
Or a shield.
Right,
to
these
block
are some
them.
shields too, and Turtle Watch does a great job out there. They've sent some videos in over the course of the last several months, and really appreciate that. Some showers out there near Anna Maria Island now clearing off the island and pushing off to the west. We're going to talk about a tropical system too down to our south right now. But as far as the pictures go, the video here, the Van Wezel webcam showing a nice afternoon for the most part with that east wind, those clouds moving off into the Gulf of Mexico. You'll see an occasional shower scooting on by over the bay and then moving through and out into the Gulf. Now that's the general flow, and we'll continue to see that now and again. Expect a brief shower or two in your neighborhood, pushing pretty quickly through though. It's not going to stick around for more than 15 to 20 minutes. And we have another round here developing into central parts of Florida. The first round is for the most part out there in the Gulf of Mexico. It's starting to generate some lightning there, and then a little bit of a break, and then more showers, I mentioned, scattered about. Not everyone's going to get it, but you can see the rain near Venice earlier. Osprey had a brief shower, and now one developing near State Road 64 and State Road 70, I should say, right there near I-75 near Terra, pushing off to the west. That rain over Anna Maria now, for the most part, over for now. But look to the east, and if you see some darkening clouds, you're going to get some rain pretty quickly, because the storms are moving to the west at around 10 to 15 miles an hour. They haven't been really big storms, generating 1 or 2 lightning strikes a possibility as they move off to the west. Well, tomorrow, we're going to start to tap into some of this dry air again. So yesterday we had this dry air that's moved to the west, and now a little more, a bit of moisture moved in, and then more dry air tomorrow. So that will limit our shower activity for Wednesday, and then it'll be back up on Thursday. Well, the satellite imagery showing what's going on down to our south. As I've talked about over the years, this is a favorite area for development late in the season in the Caribbean because it's still very warm there. We have a series of low pressures, and sometimes fronts get hung up down there. Well, this is the remnants of what was Kirk, and it's kind of hanging around down there. And indications are that the pressures are going to be lowering over the upcoming days. The Hurricane Center, not too concerned over the next 2 days, but in the next 5 days, it's at 20%. And if it were to develop, it would push off to the north, it looks like now. And the models are starting to agree with that. And speaking of the model, this is the European model. Notice this little circle right here, closed low. This is Tuesday, next Tuesday, October 9th. And this is, of course, Leslie way out there in the Atlantic spinning around, much bigger storm, obviously. Moving through the Bahamas on Wednesday. Now, you don't want to point exactly that's where it's going to be, but it kind of hugs the coast of Florida on into the 10th and 11th of October. We'll keep an eye on that for you. Anything can happen. The GFS, by the way, takes it further off into the Gulf of Mexico with a long way off. I just want to give you a heads up on that. Here comes Leslie. It started here about 10 days ago, worked its way around, did a loop, went back up. Now it's here, pushing to the southwest. Eventually it's going to get hung up and then carried off by a cold front. And there is the old path that it's taken so far, and here's the new path that it's going to go. It's going to go back toward where it started about 2 weeks ago. Now that is kind of an interesting storm track. We'll keep an eye on that for you. 87 right now in Sarasota. Same in Key West. It's 85 in Orlando, 89 in Tallahassee. For boaters tomorrow, winds will start off a bit brisk, east at 15 knots, subside 5 to 10 knots in the afternoon. A light chop on the bays and in the waters. You'll notice no westerly component there, meaning the sea breeze won't develop. And the rain chance, just a slight chance for a shower tomorrow afternoon, better chance on Thursday. It drops back again just in time for football Friday night. Saturday looks good. And then a 40% chance for showers and storms. We'll be keeping an eye on the tropical systems early next week. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to First Alert traffic. We're finding US 301 in Sarasota backed up right now as you head north and south. This is between Fruitville and the US 41 intersection. Jacqueline?
Thanks, Scott. In health news tonight, a new study says those whose diet fluctuates may be more likely to suffer a heart attack or a stroke. ABC's Emily Rao tells us why.
We all know things like weight, blood pressure, and cholesterol are linked to diseases, but new research from South Korea suggests it might not just be the number that matters, but how consistent it is. It turns out people with the most ups and downs in their measurements were 127% more likely to die than those who stayed consistent over time. The study didn't go into why yo-yo numbers are associated with poor health, but the results are fascinating and suggest that sticking with a plan to lower your weight or cholesterol may be just as important as the target number. With this Medical Minute, I'm Emily Rao, ABC News.
Researchers say fewer hours of daylight could lead to increased risk of postpartum depression. In a new study, researchers from the University of San Francisco found that women in their last trimester of pregnancy during the darker months of the year are more likely to experience postpartum depression. However, women exposed to more natural light in their final months of pregnancy and immediately following childbirth posed less of a risk for developing depression-related symptoms. Well, even the smallest changes in your routine can have a big impact on your health. Here's why doctors say you should consider starting your day with lemon water. For one, the acid helps break down food. It also helps you stay hydrated and is weight loss friendly. Lemons contain substances that protect your body from disease and preventing oxidation. If you juice half a lemon into your water, you'll get more than 1/6 of your daily vitamin C. Well, coming up, a look at the tsunami damage in Indonesia as rescuers continue their desperate search for survivors. Plus, why a driver crashed through the front of a doctor's office in New York. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Your last chance for 2018 Honda Accords on sale is now during our model year-end sale. Drive new Accords for just $249 a month. Get an Accord, the North American car of the year, for less than the competition. With more standard features than Camry, Honda Sensing, multi-angle camera, turbocharged engine, and more. New Accords, just $249 a month. Your last chance for Accords, all on sale this week at your local Honda dealer.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and coinsurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans. And prescription drug coverage isn't included. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits. You get all this coverage for a $0 monthly plan premium in most areas, and Humana has a large network of doctors and hospitals. So call or go online today. Find out if your doctor is part of the Humana network and get your free decision guide. Discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. There is no obligation and the book is free.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
New drone video shows the damage to parts of Indonesia following last Friday's earthquake and tsunami. Residents of one coastal area say they are in urgent need of food, clean water, medical teams, and tents. Rescuers have focused much of their attention on the city of Palu, which has 380,000 people and is easier to reach than other hard-hit areas. The confirmed death toll now more than 1,200 and is expected to rise as authorities reach those cutoff areas. New York officials say a driver suffered a stroke while driving and then crashed into a doctor's office. The man was on his way to an appointment in Yonkers when his car went into the front of the waiting room. 5 people were inside the office at the time. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Emergency crews broke into the car to get the driver out. He was taken to the hospital for treatment. The doctor says he has told his patient that he should not be driving.
A flash flood warning is issued for the Phoenix area after remnants of Tropical Storm Rosa dropped heavy rain. Take a look at this video out of Rainbow Valley, Arizona. Weather service officials there say that flash flooding was expected after 2 inches of rain fell by mid-morning, with more rain expected. The flash flood watch has been issued until tomorrow morning. Also, take a look at this 8-foot alligator that crashed a flooded dog park in South Carolina. The dog park still under about 3 feet of water. Police called the State Department of National Resources to let them know about the gator. An officer said they opened the gates to give the gator a way out. They are hoping it will leave and head back to a river before that water completely drains. Probably just a little confused on where he is.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, how a Sarasota woman is using social media to find 2 boys who helped save her life.
Plus, why a local developer is trying to drum up more support for a major development project in Sarasota.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Search Investigate TV on your Roku device. Download it now.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you, with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991. Now, in one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TrueStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
It's rainy season on the Suncoast. Storms can pop up at a moment's notice. Sometimes it's just rain. Sometimes it's much worse. When severe weather strikes, trust ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.